This so today we will be working on an example, and before that let me just create a project. Go to project window, new, and I need to choose where I'm gonna save this. Okay, so D drive, new folder, RSTP. In this new folder, FEM4, game, game environment, accept. Now here in D drive RSTP SM4 game environment under source images folder, I'm just adding this as a reference set. Okay, so that's loading. This is the image, like which we are gonna create, and we are gonna come up with a excellent lighting also. Okay, we are gonna create kind of a warehouse, an area for warehouse. Okay, we'll try to make even better. Okay, and all this, it has to look rugged and rusty. Okay, so now what I'll do. So today I have installed, like another version of Maya, which is Maya 2023 version. So I just want to explore some new features of it as well. Okay, so what I'll do is, like in the front view, I would like to import this image, view image plane, import image. I'm picking from this, and so I'm just gonna make it quite big, and I'm gonna placing it somewhere over here, just for reference purpose, right? So I'll add this in a layer, name it as reference layer, and I'm gonna save this, and you can keep it in mode R, which is reference mode. So first thing, you need a floor, right? So I'm just taking a plane, make it quite big. I think this is okay. And majorly, like you need to learn here the proportion. What is the proportion which you want? Okay. And observe the reference, what and all you have to create. Okay, when I look into this design, okay, so I see a lot of containers here. So first is I need to make a list that okay, I have to make a container model, and I have to create an RCC roofing building, a simple building. There are few pillars and a railing system is there. There are few barrels are there, and there are few containers which are placed on the left. And you have another kind of like a wardrobe. It's a metal wardrobe which it is there. Okay. It's not a wardrobe, it's a warehouse kind of stuff. Yeah. Fine. So creating containers and all, it's quite simple. You don't have to invest much effort into this. You have a box. So I'm just gonna place it something like this and something like this. Okay, for the container part. I think this is enough. So I'm gonna place it here and somewhere in the back side. Let us create the model part first, which is somewhere here like this. Okay. So then on top of this, I need to create one more, which is I'm placing it something like this. Okay, there are two boxes. Okay. Now looking at this particular part, let's say this area, I That's a simple box, okay? Because from this particular angle, I'm not able to see what is there on the front side of this particular building. Okay, I just have to visualize on my own. Okay, so what I'll do is, like I'm just gonna take this box again and let me place it here. So this is how game environments work. Okay, so I'll go to face mode, means component, lift this up a bit up, even a bit up, like this, and this has to be somewhere here, so that from this angle, when I take a render, it should be smaller. So it should be somewhere like this, somewhere like this, right? It should be like this. So you need to set up the a camera view also for this, just to work with. Okay, then I think there are a few containers here and there are a few barrels over here. So what I'll do is I need to bring this container here. I'm gonna rotate this in this way, which is 90-degree. Okay, place this container here. I have to make this bit smaller, and I have to make this both bit smaller. Okay, so on top of this, I'm gonna duplicate one more. Um, might be, this might be somewhere, it should be here. Okay. This is somewhere here. Okay. So like this. And I have to create few barrels. So I'm just gonna take the cylinder. And for the cylinder part, I don't want this many axes. And I don't want cap. Okay, something like this. So I selected bottom and top cap, and I'm gonna extrude this. Again, I'm gonna extrude this. Then after this, I'm gonna select these two edges. I'll just make it like this. So I'll save this as 01 so that keep saving the file so that you don't lose this. So the barrels, I think it's like this. See, I'm just sticking to this particular view. Okay, one is over here. Let me bring this here, and I'm gonna duplicate this one here a bit aside, and one more here, and I'm gonna rotate this once it is lying on the floor. It's 90. Okay, it's like this. Great. So very quickly, like we have come up with, like few props designs already. Okay, and for the window part here, so what I'll do is I'm just duplicating this. Okay, select this and this, go to mesh boolean. Okay, not this one. Mesh boolean. Difference A minus B. Yeah, difference A minus B is fine. Okay, so that you get something like this. Then what I do, I'm selecting this face, bring it closer. Okay, and I'm gonna delete it. See, got it. Okay. So later, like we need to add the other designs, like some metal bars and all that we'll see later. And if you look at this particular design on top, like it has been extruded again. So what I'll do is for this, I need to include another mesh, or let me just take a face. I extrude this. I'll get this somewhere here, and I'm gonna extrude this to top, something like this. Okay, and I'm selecting this face somewhere, like something like this. Okay. So after this, just a minute, guys. Okay, so we need to observe this, like minute. See, the reference looks so simple. So that's the reason we are creating this mesh and also faster. So I did this. Window part is done, barrel part is done, and if you look at here, like there are container part is done. We need to create some kind of steps, to move up here. That we'll do. And this part is also done. I think if I look into this, like bit closely, I think there is something here, some other building. I think here also one building is there. A small, like a container kind of stuff is there. Let's see. So again, we need to create this one. So let me just create this and this. Okay. Um, Now for this, again, I'm just taking this one container. Let me just place it here. Okay, looking at this reference, okay, so let me just place this somewhere here. When I look it, when I see it from here, from this particular angle. Okay, I need to just freeze an angle also. So I'll just go to this, resolution gate.
You look prophetic, sir. You look like this man.
Yes, Baba, you're saying something? Bye, Bunga. Do you have any questions?
General. Akhirnya, General.
Okay, so I'm gonna log this. How I'll do is view select camera. In frame number 1, I'm gonna press set key S. What happens when I press S? So whatever I do, when I click here, S is a set key. I have selected the camera and I have given a set key for the camera. Okay. So in that case, in any timeline I am, so when I click, I'm in this particular view. That's a good one. Okay, this is the building. So what I have to do is, like this building, it has to go somewhere here. Okay. And for time being, I'm just taking this one. So considering this has to be, this should move here. Okay. I'm just selecting this face. Move it here and here. And so as I told you, this is a warehouse. Warehouse will be a bit larger. Something like this. Let me bring this a bit front. This thing here. Okay. It's okay. So in this warehouse, there are 3 things, right? 3 doors are there. Okay, we'll do that. I'm gonna duplicate this, make it this smaller. So I place it in the top, make it bit smaller like this, place it over here, bring it towards bit front, and it's okay. Up to here is fine. So to add, like I need to add few mesh here, which is insert edge loop. It is something like this. I select this face and I'm gonna extrude this. In extrude, you have something, keep face together. This is really important. Do you want to keep these three faces together or separate? I want to make it separate. So you can click here, left click and swipe towards, drag towards left, you get to see like this. Okay. So in this case, what happens? All this can be um, placed like this. Okay. Let's just separate. See, look, how does it feels now? Okay. Okay, it's so simple. Okay, it won't take much time. Now coming to this particular part, which is this building. Okay, so I duplicate this, make it a bit smaller, and place it somewhere like this. Over here it should come. Again, I'm gonna duplicate this, place it on top of this. This has to come a bit more. And reduce the thickness of it. It's fine. Then on top of this, I'm gonna duplicate this, place it over here. I think it is okay like this. Bring it down. And this one, select the face, lift this up like this, and extrude this like this, and like this. Again extrude, bring it down. Okay, you got a terrace. So now if you look at this, in this view, you have so many things like this, right? So this is what we created, means what we wanted also. So similarly, I think we have railings. We need to create these railings, and there are pillars are there. Just we need to think of it and we need to create. And I think there is one more, a building over here right next to this, which goes like this. If you observe over here in this corner, I think there's a building with some it seems to be a container house. Okay, so we can create that. And behind this, we have another container house, which is somewhere here like this. So in that case, great, see, it's over here. Okay, this is the view almost. Okay, so view, select camera, I'm gonna set key. So it's the same camera. Okay, so now what I'll do, So just for a testing purpose, I'll go to Arnold light. I'm gonna take what I'll take. Shall I take physical sky? Yeah, I'll take physical sky. So I'll take physical sky, and here the reference image, I'm gonna hide it, and I'm selecting this physical sky. Go to attribute. Here, what I'll do is go to sky dome light. Plus up arrow. Turbidity and all is there. So here intensity, I need to increase the intensity. I'll increase the intensity to 3. The resolution and all is fine for now. Exposure is fine. Let me just take a render. I need to render this in Arnold. Okay, I open Arnold render view. Okay, so in render, I run IPR. You start getting an output. You can see if the things, if the elements, if they look floating, you need to bring it down. So I have to bring these things down, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Bring it down. Okay, it's down now. Okay, so still, like when you look into this, I need to create some a staircase over here, and from here I think there's a staircase another way, so I need to create that over here. This is one part for the building I have to create. I think the model part is done almost. Okay, any doubts? If I go to the light part, I can just increase the exposure so you get a bit more brightness. Okay, got it. So just create this up to here. So we'll see in the next class. Okay, any doubt, team? Bayabanga, MD, Kumalo, any doubts?
No doubt.
Great. So what I'll do is, I'll share this reference image with you all and the recorded video also. Try to complete this model. Okay. In the next class, we'll try to complete the texturing, and I think in 1 or 2 sessions we can finish off this. And whatever work you guys are doing, you have to save this. Okay. Try to complete this and save, because these files are gonna used for your portfolio, for your job purpose. Okay. See you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Bye.